Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel, and today again we've got another beautiful sunshiny day. But today I thought I'd actually talk about why the sun shining is a bad thing for your car. You've probably seen it before when you go on holiday to places like Spain or any sort of hot country. A lot of the cars are in pretty bad condition, especially with their paint and headlights and everything like that. And you'll notice that a lot of them are actually bought as white cars, purely because the sun damages any other colour paint. For example, my Volvo here is a dark colour, and at the moment it's very hot to touch because the darker colours will absorb the heat from the light. As well as Volvo, obviously we've got the Mazda here, which is black, so it'll be even hotter. And this insane sort of heat will actually cause the paint to degrade. Now, what it does, I'm going to show you now an example on a car, actually this Golf here, of what it can do, and I'm going to explain the reasons why. So as you can see, we've got some nasty sort of paint degradation there, and this is caused by the UV in the sun's rays. Essentially what it does is it gets into the lacquer of the paint, and the lacquer is literally there to prevent UV from causing it to fade or damaging, but actually the lacquer itself will start to degrade because of the UV, and these, like I said, are quite common in foreign countries. If you've ever seen like lacquer peeling, it's all just to do with UV sun, or the sun's UV rays. I don't know if you can see a few more examples in here as well, but yeah, that's just the first way UV can destroy your car. Secondly, are these headlights here. So if we take a look at the Volvo, you'll see that they're nice and clear. However, if we look at the Golf, they've got sort of this yellow hazing effect, and this again is the UV degrading the lacquers. But these are most common on the headlights, most obvious on the headlights, just because of how dramatic a difference it makes. These do get to a point where you can actually fail an MOT because the degrading is so bad that it completely blocks the light, and you can actually see what this headlight was like. This is sort of where the edge of the degradation is, and then you can see sort of perfectly clear headlight just there. So that's an example of what the headlight should look like compared to what it does look like. And I'll just show you on the Mazda, because the other day I noticed it as well. There's a tiny bit of degradation just at the top there. So we'll get these repolished and sealed to stop them decaying, but as you can see, the paintwork on this car is pretty good. So yeah, these ones are definitely going to need a revamp. I've done a video actually where I actually did it myself, and that was on the BMW, so I'll make sure you have a look at that, because that was a literally £10 kit from Turtle Wax, worked wonders. But yeah, so you can restore them, and essentially what you have to do is you have to remove the lacquer off, so you've just got the glass lens, and then you have to re-lacquer it yourself. So it's pretty easy to do, pretty idiot proof. And then finally, how the UV ruins your car. Number 3 is going to be the tyres. So pretty much the same really. The UV will completely dry out your tyres. These are a brand new set of Michelin Primacy 4s that we had put on because of this very fact. But essentially, the on cheaper rubber compounds, the sunlight dries out the rubber, and what we actually found was we had lots and lots of cracking in the treads themselves. They're very cheap tyres. I think they're Event Futurums, which have a 45% rating, so they're not the best. They were just cheap. They came on the car. This car's bought at auction as well as my Volvo, so you can't really decide what comes on it. But yeah, so what we found is there was a lot of cracking and perishing in here, which obviously compromised the structural integrity of the tyre. So we got all of them changed with some high quality premium Michelins. But yeah guys, that's it really. The windscreen as well can go, but it's mainly the paintwork, the headlights and the tyres that you need to be concerned about, especially as we're all in lockdown at the moment. Cars are just sat here in the beautiful sunshine, so just make sure that you stay on top of it to prevent your paint being ruined. Make sure you wash the car regularly, give it a nice wax as well. As you can see, this Volvo's been waxed, as has the Mazda and the Golf. So yeah, just stay on top of that. Again, wax your headlights as well. A lot of people leave these out, but wax your headlights because it gives them that extra layer of protection. Actually, these Volvo headlights are in very, very good condition, considering they're 10 years old. So just bear that in mind. And then the tyres, there's not much you can really do with the tyres apart from try and keep them out of the sun, and perhaps use some sort of tyre care compound, like a tyre dressing or something, just to keep them moist. But failing that, when you wash the car, just give it a nice spray, just to rehydrate the rubber. It does work quite like leather, so if you sort of work on that basis, you should be pretty fine. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's just a quick explanation of how the UV from the sun destroys your car. If properly managed, as you can see, the car will be absolutely fine. But if it's left to be left to be allowed, if that makes any sense whatsoever, to do its thing, then there you are. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to give us a like and a subscription, but also follow us on Instagram at DriveLifeVolvo for plenty more Volvo content. And yeah, I'll see you next video. Cheers.